In a dystopian future where robot cats are used as bombs, everything is colored in neon, and you deliver noodles. Oh, and everything is trying to kill you. Welcome to Death Noodle Delivery.
Hi there and welcome in. I'm King Scott, and today I'm going to introduce you to Death Noodle Delivery. We will talk about the game, then we will show you a chat with the devs, and then we're going to tell you our demands. So about the game. In this cyberpunk dystopian, action arcade style game, you play as Jimmy Lowe. Use your hoverboard to deliver noodles as the world around you collapses. Get home safe after a long day of work, and you can speak with your neighbours in interactive narrative sections that add to the game's story and connects you to Jimmy. But watch out, not everyone's so friendly. Deliver noodles, survive the world, watch out for AI, and maybe, just maybe, you will uncover something hidden. This homage to Paper Boy, with its retro and cyberpunk tones of Lawnmower Man and Blade Runner, is an awesome indie game that is well worth trying out. So why not download the demo and wishlist the game today? Or, better yet, just straight up buy the game. Now, let's hear from the devs. Welcome in. We're about to speak to the devs for Death Noodle Delivery. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hi, King, and hi, everyone. My name is Stefano. I am the lead dev, I will say the solo dev programmer of the Noodle Delivery.
And I'm Fabio, and I'm the creative one, a little dev.
So, without further ado, and let's not bore anyone into sleep, let's get straight into some of the questions. So, I would like to know, what was the inspiration behind making this game in particular?
Well, I will say that inspiration came from a lot of different sources, as always it happens. Let's say that from game point of view, really the main inspiration was a game that we played when we were very young. It's called Paper Boy. It was a game for Amiga and first console, first PC, and a very famous game for oldies like the two of us.
Hey! You leave that one. You want to call yourself an oldie? That's fine. I am young at heart.
So, and we wanted to make a remake of this game, but a modern remake. So. We both of us really like cyberpunk, and so we decided to put it in a cyberpunk atmosphere, a cyberpunk city. So a lot of things changed while developing the game idea. We were also very influenced by a lot of different sources. I will say that probably one of the most notable is a very niche film which is called Nirvana. It's a film by Gabriele Salvatores, which is a strange film. Because it's an Italian production in which there is Christopher Lambert and some Italian actors. So this strange melange, because usually there are not Hollywood star in Italian film. It's very unlikely. And the script is it is not very popular, but it has become quite in the niche, in the cyberpunk niche. It is very known because it is very strange, very atmospheric, particular, and so I will say that probably this is the second biggest influence we had for the game. Fabio, you want to add something about the influence?
And a little bit Death Stranding. I mean, in the first prototype, we are playing Death Stranding because it's 2019, and we try to make the part of delivering more money because I am just struggle with Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Let's hope we have succeeded.
Yes, you've already kind of answered my next question. Was is this sort of a homage to Paper Boy? The moment I was lucky enough to play the demo, and I was part of the Steam's Next Fest campaign, and the moment I played it, the images of Paperboy, and I was trying not to completely compare the two, but I'm glad that you did mention it, because the moment I played it, I was like, oh my god, this is like updated super Paperboy. It was brilliant. So I take it obviously does take reference and pays slight homage to Paperboy.
Yeah, a lot. In fact, really, this is intended. I mean, also the view of the game, which is an isometric view, which is quite particular for this type of game, for an arcade game. It's uncommon, let's say like this. And also the fact that, exactly as in Paperboy, the delivery is only on one side of the road and not on both sides. This is really intended to give that same feeling, that same also gameplay mechanics. Then evidently the game evolved and we add a lot of stuff and changed a lot of things, of course. But we could say that the core part of the gameplay for the arcade part of the game, because there is also the narrative part, but for the arcade part of the game, the core mechanics were the one of Paperboy. And we also tried, while evolving, not to change it too much, to not destroy what was the main reference and the main homage of the game.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. You wanted to create something different, but at the same time not completely rip it away from something that you obviously held dear as part of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Awesome. I can see that. So that leads me on to my next question. Seeing as it is a homage to Paperboy, and you have other references in there and such, why noodles? Why noodles?
Why noodles? Because we are Italian and we couldn't put in pizza because it would have been too obvious if we put in pizza. It would be no, we couldn't. We had to do something different.
Yeah, a bit too on
the pizza is not very cyber.
Yeah, a bit too on the nose, isn't it? It's a bit too like pizza. Yay!
Too much stereotypes, otherwise.
Next, you'd have Mario jumping out in the background, going, "It's a me!"
Exactly. And the pizza boy, pizza delivery for you guys. No, but jokes aside, it quite went immediately when we talked about delivery. What happened? We thought about the food delivery, because now in today's words, the food delivery, we don't see anymore kids who deliver newspaper and things like that. What you see is riders who deliver food, very often also in very harsh conditions. They deliver food and very difficult conditions, just for us, not only when there was the COVID crisis, that they were very important for us in Italy, when we had the lockdowns and so on, they were really necessary, but also today we still use it a lot, just because we are too lazy. This is the reality, to go and take my food by myself, and so I prefer to pay that 1, 2, 3 euros to have someone who, with a bike, to do 40 minutes of bike and deliver it to me while on the road and so on. So this was immediately the idea, to change the things into a food delivery. Then came the noodles almost immediately, because, in a cyberpunk settings, noodles, ramens, everything which is Japanese, we love. Especially, I love a lot Japanese culture and Japanese reference, and they are part of the cyberpunk imagery. So I will say that immediately noodles came out as the rider will deliver the noodles. Yeah. Also because noodles are fun, are good. They
taste good. They taste good as
well.
They
taste very good. So I don't know. It was like quite something that immediately came to our mind and didn't change from the very start.
It was one of those things that instantly clicked. It was the moment you guys, well, we can't do newspaper, so if we're keeping it current day, if we're updating it food seems more relevant to today's standards. And if we're gonna have food in a cyberpunk setting, as you said, because cyberpunk usually runs in line with like anime and this sort of, you have this post-apocalyptic culture where people are like having instant ramens because it's nice and easy. It's about the only food they can get their hands on. Ramen kind of sits in that cyberpunk setting quite easily and quite nicely. So not only have you got, you've updated it to meet current standards, whereby papers are no longer being delivered because we get them on our phones or on our PCs or whatever, and you're going to food delivery, but now you're also putting it in a cyberpunk setting, going, okay, well, the food delivery, what's it going to be? Noodles. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then also Fabio went very early with the name Dead Noodle Delivery. So of the game, and it immediately felt like that's the good name. That's a beautiful name for the game, and so we just went on with the flow.
Nice. Speaking of noodles, time for a noodle break. So is the game, like, once it's released, it's out, it's the full package, is that completed, or are there plans to add things in the future? What's the deal with the current status of the game?
The game, when we'll release it, will be as a complete and fully completed package. So in the near future, there are no plans to add a lot of things. Also, now the game is releasing on Steam, on computer, and then will be released on also consoles, so Nintendo Switch, and later on also on Xbox and PlayStation. I would say that the game is complete right now in its state, because from our point of view, it has everything it needs to be. We also thought about, let's say, adding some other contents, more additional contents, but when we also tried to add it, we felt like it was a surplus. I mean, they're really not fit inside the game. Like when there is a story that has been written, has been said, you have said everything, and you try to add something just to keep it going a little more. It doesn't feel good. It didn't feel good, and so we decided that we preferred to not add something we felt like was not necessary, and just to keep going something more. So the game will be fully completed when it releases.
Awesome. So there's no plans for DLC, as you said. The story feels complete. So therefore, once the story comes out and the game's played through, the idea of that is to keep it as it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because the game has a story, and it's I would say a little, from our point of view, an experience that you start, you do, you finish, and then when it's finished, you have done what you had to do from this experience. So yeah, right now we are not planning on DLC or something like this. And everything could change. It also depends on a lot of things. Who knows? Maybe in the future, if something happens that tells to us that we need to add something, that the story that we thought was finished was not so finished, and it could tell something more, something else. It could be possible, but right now it's not planned.
No, that's fine. Obviously, if something comes up in the near future and there's an idea or there's a train of thought that carries on, then obviously you would follow that. But as it stands, the story is nice and completed. You guys are happy with it. It's releasing, as you said, it's releasing on Steam, and you have a release date for Steam?
Yes, the release date for Steam is the 4th of April.
4th of April, nice. And you said about going to consoles. Do you have any release dates for consoles, or is this just a near future thing?
Near future, we have not yet our release date. It will come probably in the next month.
Nice. And lastly, is there anything you would like to say to the audience?
Yeah, sure. What to say and how can I say it? First of all, we hope that the game, that you will like the game, that you will like the experience we tried to put in the game, which is a particular experience. It's very, I would say, for something subjective. We are a duo of programmer, and we put inside this game a little part of us. Um, really, why I say it's an experience, because the game has, I will say, the double face. It has two faces. One face, it's a very fun and ironic face, not serious at all, I will say. The exact contrary of what is serious, talking and so on.
Yeah.
And on the other side, this, let's say, more hilarious, fun, and stupid face behind. It is like this to because they hidden another message, another face, a more profound and we hope interesting message that want to send with our game. You have to play the game to understand what I'm talking about, to discover it, and
To discover the message. So you hear that? If you want to find out the message, play the game. Play the damn game.
And we really hope that this message we send will resonate with you, and maybe light up some ideas, some thoughts that we had, and we wanted to express and to share, let's say, with all the players.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, hope you all have fun playing the game.
From the little I have played of the game as it stands right now, before we've had this conversation, like as we have this conversation, I can see that duality. I can see the fun aspects, the bit where you're interacting with characters and they're like, what you looking at? Stop it. All of that. That playtime aspect of it. And then there, you talk to other people, you do other things, and there is that undertone, that more serious talk. Is this sort of balance between comedy and levity. And you've got this real balance going there, so I appreciate that. I do appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm very glad that you could find it while playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to add something, Fabio, or?
Remember to give the tips to your rider when you use your food.
Always tip your
Right.
driver. Always tip your driver. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to enjoy playing the game, definitely. And there will be more. You guys would have seen gameplay behind this, and there will be more gameplay to come.
Thank you very much. It was a real
Thank you,
pleasure
King.
to have this chat with you, King.
I hope you found the dev chat interesting. So, from myself, the devs at Stupidly Pixel, and from the people at Troglobites Games, I would like to thank you for watching this and for showing an interest in the game. Now, here are our demands. Listen carefully, for I will only say these once. We want you to wishlist the game. Then, maybe go try out the demo. Maybe even buy the game to help out an indie dev. But also, send this game, the link to this game, to 3 friends who you think might be interested. Do all of that, maybe not the buying thing, but do the majority of that, or the bunny gets it. Yeah, do it. Do it now.